Hello, my name is Andy Thomas from Connected Plus. Thank you very much for taking the time out to view this presentation today. Hopefully you've already received the PDF document, which is the Connected Plus Business Exec Summary, Business Plan Exec Summary, which has given an overview of the proposition. But we thought we'd better put something together, or we should put something together that gave you a little bit more detail about the technology aspect of what we have and how we plan to use it. So there's two parts of the technology. There's the Experience Portal, which is the Ministry of Future portal, and then there's the Build and Manage tool that helps create the experiences, both of which we plan to offer to schools. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview. You've already accessed the Ministry of Future to get this far, and the reason why we call it a portal is because we have these access codes. Now, you entered an access code which unlocked the experience that you're currently viewing. But likewise, we could create a different experience which would have a different code, and therefore that would unlock a different experience. So just to give you an example, in here I've got lots of different experiences that I've created, but we'll quickly show you the one that's currently live in the school in Wigan, which is the audition, so the Ministry of Future audition, and we've created this for Year 7. So there's currently 32 teams, each containing 5 or 6 students, who are all working together to complete as many challenges as they can to get to 4,000 points. And those challenges have a wide variety of subject matter and skills required. So we've got opportunity for those that are academically bright to express themselves. We've got opportunity for those that are creative, those who've got more hands-on practical skills, those who are more physical. Lots of different opportunities which they can all tap into and work together to decide which ones they need to complete to get to the 4,000 points. So this is a live experience at the moment. It's got the leaderboard, which shows all the different teams that are currently playing and the points that they have. It's also got a list of all their rewards that they've currently have gained, so these are all the points values. More importantly though, we have the tasks. So here are the 41 tasks. So basically, as I say, they can go in and they can they can look at any one of these tasks at any one time and try and complete it to earn those points. So for example, here we've got an academic one, which our character Mimi introduces, and it's basically to help her complete a potion, and she's asking them to work out this particular sum. So everything fits within a story that we've created, which are these 4 characters that have come from the future. If you click on task 1 of the experience that you're looking at, you'll be able to see the introductory video that we've put together, which was shown to the 180 students before the experience actually started. And there are 7 other videos that are shown all the way through it to maintain motivation and keep the storyline going. But in this example here, the team have to work out the answer. This is an online one. They just put the answer to the code in there, and they would then, if they're correct, get their points. However, a lot of the tasks are things that actually are taking place. So one of the most successful ones from my point of view, which I really like, is that the teams have been working with one of the departments within the school to come up with ideas for a Dragon's Den. So they had to come up with one of these. So Des, who was our commercial sort of entrepreneurial guy, they had to come up with something that would be a screen protector, the Speedy Pizza, and as you would imagine with the Dragon's Den actual TV program, they have to go in front of a panel and pitch their ideas. The winning team get 500 points, but there's also bonus codes that are handed out for those for good presentation skills, good teamwork, all of different aspects. When those codes are handed out, the students come in, they add those codes in here, in this instance, and then they would submit. Whereas the people that actually win the overall event, they put in their special code here to unlock the 500 points. So the whole thing is managed by our system, but it's also spreading itself out into the real world as well, and the community beyond. So for example, just briefly whilst I'm here, in terms of the community, one of the things that they're going to be doing is they are going to be looking at going out. It's actually happening this week. They go out, there's a set of challenge to go out and actually help out in the community. So they're doing a mass litter picking exercise, and the team that picks the most litter will get the 500 points. So in terms of the challenges, there's just a whole breadth of ideas. I mean, these were created with ourselves in partnership with the school, but we had 72 written down. We decided to go to 41, but it's totally flexible. So hopefully that gives you an example of what we mean by the experience. But the really exciting thing for me is the fact that we, as I said before, in terms of the invite code, we can create multiple experiences. So we could, for example, create one where the Territorial Army or the Army want to set certain challenges. There could be videos which are just explaining what it's like to work in the Army, and then having challenges that kids can either complete individually or they can complete as teams. And it has the opportunity to do either. Or we could do things where, for example, we mentioned one TV program, we'll mention another. We could do the School Apprentice. Again, this could be talking about some of the skills, putting it into context of why they're important in the business sense, of why teamwork's important, why communication is important, to provide those real-world contacts. But we could also have some fun at the same time, setting challenges. So the students would complete those challenges and they would then submit them back into the system as evidence that they've completed them. And I suppose this is the really exciting thing for me, is that at the back end we have our tool which enables us to create these very, very quickly. So very briefly, if I click on this, I can now see the audition, the live audition. I've got a dashboard of all the things that are going on. I can view queued tasks, and this is where it all could get really interesting, because when the students submit as a team their evidence, I'm picking it up and I'm looking at it, and I'm then acting as the ministry in this context to view it, and then I can moderate it. So I can send back a message, and I could then add additional points if need be for creativity or just for something special that they've created. Now, because of the permissions that we can add to this system, anybody can have access to this, obviously in a controlled and secured way. But it could be possible that people from industry could actually act as the moderators and provide real-world context, real-world answers. There's nothing stopping us from, instead of having text answers, we can actually use our webcam plugin to enable the moderator to actually provide a video response. So lots of flexibility. The other thing that I can do is I can actually edit and create and edit live experiences. So this is the current the audition. I can look at the tasks. So here are all the 41 tasks. I can create new tasks. I can delete tasks. I can add different types of rewards. So currently we're only using points as a reward, but there's badges. There's opportunities to even put rewards in, such as vouchers and coupons or videos or images. So lots of opportunity to encourage participation. Also, we can set rules, so we can say when a task should be unlocked and when it should be completed by, giving us a lot of control over how the experience is actually run within a school. And finally, we can set up experiences that are for a certain number of individuals. So it could be that we create an experience for James Dyson, who wants to get across how important engineering is and set some challenges. But he can only manage, or his team can only manage 100 at a time. For argument's sake, we can set it up so only 100 experiences can be created by the 100 participants can actually log in. Or we could do it that we set up teams, for example, and there's only 60 teams of 5 players in each team. So it's got a lot of control, a lot of opportunity just to maintain security. The reason why I'm showing you this is that we also want to offer this software to schools on an annual license, so that they could actually go in and they can actually create new experiences. So the scenario there would be that you could have a year 10 form, create an experience, shoot some video, get some narrative, intertwine some tasks, and then they could challenge another form to go and complete those tasks. And then when that form is submitting their evidence that they've completed the task, the actual creators then can go in and observe it, can moderate it. So there's a kind of reflective learning aspect as well. So that we are also intending to throw in as part of the package. So hopefully this gives you an overview of what we're doing. And yes, if you have any questions, please get in touch. Thank you.